So you want to smell great this winter season. If like me, in the next 3 months it's going to be cold and you need something to keep you warm, cozy, make you feel great, I have 10 choices here that are going to be affordable, not going to break the wallet, and it's going to deliver. It's going to deliver a punch. They're powerful, long-lasting fragrances, great for the next 3 months. And of course, if you're in somewhere warm, but you still like powerful fragrances that won't break the bank, these will also be great for you. So stick around. My top 10 winter affordable choices are next. Welcome back to another fragrance video. I'm Max Forti. In this video, I'm going to share with you awesome fragrances for those of you that are on a budget. All these fragrances are going to be average about $40 to $25, some even below $20, and some of which will be right around the $55 to $60 mark, probably like one or two of them. For the most part, they're going to be 40 or below. So amazing choices to smell great in the next 3 months, whether you need something great for the winter or you just love to smell amazing. Without any further ado, let's hop right into the choices. This choice here is from the house of Davidoff. You guys don't really see Davidoff fragrances in top fragrances. I think the most talked about Davidoff fragrance is going to be Cool Water. But that's like a very classy and old school type of a scent. But today I'm sharing this beautiful warm fragrance here with you guys. It's called Silver Shadow. This is an Eau de Toilette, which packs up a punch. And what this fragrance is, it reminds me of a combination between two great fragrances. One, the great discontinued Lancôme Miracle Homme, meets the now discontinued Hugo Boss Bottled Intense. You get that beautiful creamy apple pie vibe. You have the apple / cinnamon up top with the benzoin and perhaps some, resins and woods at the bottom. A great fragrance, long-lasting, powerful stuff. I get 8+ hours with this fragrance, and get that for 50 ml of this fragrance, you're looking at about $25 or less. You can't beat it, guys. I'm gonna keep things mixed up here for you guys. Perhaps some more youthful fragrances. This is like right in the middle of the road, but I'm gonna give you some perhaps more mature choices. So something for everyone here. At the 9th spot, this is going to be more youthful, more playful. This is Diesel Fuel for Life. This is a 75 ml, but you can get a 50 ml bottle of this fragrance right around $40. What this is an incredible raspberry, spicy, woodsy type of a fragrance. I classify this as an oriental fragrance. This is a very powerful juice. It's a fragrance that you only need like 2 sprays. You're gonna be atomic, you're gonna project. Again, it's gonna be more youthful, perhaps for a night out. If you're going out with friends, if you have a date, this will be great for romantic settings. I used to wear this regularly between 2007 and 2010 when I used to go clubbing, when I used to go night, just going from club to club, dancing and drinking, that type of stuff that you do when you're younger. Great stuff, guys. I'm going to tell you, women love the scent profile here. Again, raspberry, woods, spices, tons of cinnamon here. It's creamy. It's a little bit loud, but there's a nice sandalwood at the bottom that calms things down. Once you get into like the 7 to 8 hour mark of this fragrance, it lasts a long time, guys. For the price, you really can't beat it. To be honest, I think this is the best fragrance Diesel ever put out. At the 9th spot, Diesel Fuel for Life. At the 8th spot, a fragrance released in 2004, so not really that old, but has a more mature vibe to the fragrance, but it's also really, really good, especially if you like the note of tobacco like myself for this time of the year. It's going to be Jacques Bogart Homme. Now this fragrance here reminds me of most people, look at the spray on this stuff, beast mode. This stuff here will remind you of Pure Havane from Mugler, which I believe is being discontinued. This was released in 2004. It's a very spicy floral tobacco. It's like a tobacco leaf rather than the actual pipe tobacco that you would smoke, like the cherry pipe tobacco vibe that you get with Pure Havane. This is more of like a wet tobacco leaf with some oak moss, patchouli, and some spices. Again, a ton of spices in this one. The oak moss here in the base is going to give you more of an old school vibe, perhaps like a fougere tendency to the fragrance, but it's still a woody, spicy / oriental fragrance. Great stuff, beast mode, powerful, long projection here on this stuff. You're talking about 2 to 3 hours projection and about 10 hours longevity. For the price, I believe this is under $20, guys, or just below 25. Sometimes you find this on sale for like 16, 18 bucks for 100 ml like this. You really can't discount the goodness of this fragrance. In the cold weather, for the price, guys, no-brainer right here, Jacques Bogart Homme. Check it out. Keeping things gourmand here, I'm going to give you a release now from '96, which is, again, a timeless classic now from the 90s, which is still a great fragrance today. This is going to be gourmand to the max. No pun intended here. This is chocolatey. It's patchouli again with the milky vibe, the tar note up top. An absolute stunning fragrance that even my wife loves to wear. She loves to smell it on me. I like this one a little better than the women's version because I think the women's version has too much of a cotton candy vibe. This has more depth, more complexity to the fragrance. This is A Men from Mugler. This is a taster bottle that I got from FragranceBuy.ca. You're looking at $35 for 50 ml of this stuff, which is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it smells so good. I feel like wearing this today. Guys, this is creamy, it's patchouli, it's chocolatey, it's milky. It's a very intriguing fragrance. Again, a little bit of a cotton candy vibe, but not quite as the women's version. I think, again, this is a little bit stronger. There's a really nice vanilla bourbon here and woods at the bottom, which makes it more masculine than the counterpart. But I think if you love a gourmand, guys, this is a great one to have in your wardrobe. And like I said, 35 bucks for 50 ml. You really can't complain. And you're going to smell incredible this winter season. In fact, this 7 choice here is so good. Perhaps some of you will think it's a little bit aged because it's been around for, a long time now, since 96, 25 plus years. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys, this is going to be a great scent. If you're looking for one great winter scent to have, definitely consider having this in your wardrobe. If you're somebody who likes to wear one particular fragrance for each season, this is a great one for winter, guys. Don't snooze it. 35 bucks. I remember paying $90 to $100 for 100 ml like this. So 35 bucks for a 50 ml. Can't go wrong, guys. It's definitely a must-have. Next up, we have a very smoky, woodsy kind of a fragrance that I absolutely adore. This is from a house that you never actually hear here in the fragrance community when it comes to top lists or even like reviews. People don't talk much about this fragrance house. Granted, there's not many fragrances out there from this house for men that are quite good. They mostly do fragrances for women very well. But this one here is a one-off and it's really an outstanding juice. It's been reformulated once, but it's still really good, guys. This is going to be Juicy Couture Dirty English for Man. Now this fragrance here, get this, reminds me, if you find the metal cap, this is plastic, it's even better than this. But this one here is going to be a boozy oud, woodsy incense type of a fragrance. It smells so good, it's resinous, it's smoky, there's incense in here, I think it's frankincense. So what this reminds me of, guys, it reminds me of, or most people that know this fragrance, of Gucci Pour Homme 1, the discontinued 2003 fragrance from Gucci that's fetching a pretty penny these days. We're talking $300 to $400 to $500 depending on the size. Very expensive in the gray market, which is the only place you can find it. It's been discontinued for a long time now. A fire of a fragrance right here. If you like that DNA of a fragrance and you were looking for something to replace that, look no further, guys. Gucci. Look no further. It smells like Gucci Pour Homme 1. Look no further. Juicy Couture Dirty English at the 6th spot. Hope you guys are enjoying these picks, guys. If you want to try fragrances like these and other thousands of different fragrances, high-end niche designers, of course, indie houses, over 2,000 fragrances now to choose from. Top shelf stuff or affordable stuff. If you guys want to try before you commit to a bottle, check out my partner, myfragrancesamples.com, and enjoy Christmas code going on right now, max15 for 15% off at checkout and everything site-wide, guys. Enjoy. I believe this code ends on the 1st of January of 2021. Again, all the details will be down in the description for you guys. myfragrancesamples.com, the #1 best source for sampling, to try it before you buy it. Next up, I'm going to share with you a fragrance that could have easily been in the top 3 of this countdown. It's just a scent profile that I wore for many, many years now, and I'm kind of a little tired of it, and I just wanted to try different things that I revisited and perhaps will be wearing a lot more. But from an affordability standpoint, I think it's the biggest bang. I don't think so. It is the biggest bang for your buck in this whole list, including this one right here. And the fragrance I'm talking about is owned by the house of Armand, which you guys know very well. Produces quality juices, and the fragrance I'm talking about is Tobacco Leaf from Jacques, which is an eau de parfum, a great fragrance that is emulating the Tom Ford brand. In fact, this whole Jacques collection is a takeoff on the Tom Ford private blends and other Tom Ford signature fragrances. If you guys want to know more about this fragrance and other Jacques fragrances, I'm going to pop it up here, the link for the video. I did 2 videos for you guys this year talking about this house. I think for the price here, guys, sprays aren't the best, but the juice itself, guys, is fire. This stuff here is like a combination between Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford and it dries down to like a Creation Enigma from Roger Parfums. It is really good, guys. It lasts a long time on my skin. Guys, I like to spray my clothes, and with this here, we're talking 10 hours plus. It smells really amazing. If you like Tobacco Vanille or fragrances thereof with that genre, that classification of that sweet tobacco leaf with, honey-like facets, spices like cinnamon, amber, this stuff here is fire. And get this, you get a bottle like this, 100 ml, brand new in a box for $25 or less. Of course, guys, if you can't pay, if you think it's an absurd to pay $200-$300 for a Tom Ford, this is a great alternative. You know, usually I don't condone brands to do dupes, but I think they're doing a fantastic job. I think it's a great take on Tom Ford and Tom Ford signatures and private blends. And again, if you can't afford the high prices of private blends, it's a great alternative. All details in the description for you guys. At the fourth spot, a fragrance house that I absolutely love. I'm completely in love with this brand. It's been very good to me in the past 3 years or so. Just incredible releases, very groundbreaking and different from anything in the designer market. You probably know what I'm talking about right now. A newcomer to these affordable lists, which I always like to give you guys some really amazing and different things so you guys can try and smell unique, different than anybody else. This is actually the Nuit d'Essai collection from Issey Miyake. This is Noir Argent. This is a great fragrance. I talked about this fragrance so much this year because it was one of my favorite discoveries. It is just so good. It's incense, it's fruity, it's smoky. It's outstanding, guys. There's like a earthy about it. There's a little bit of a vetiver here, but it's embellished by all these fruits. It's, again, outstanding, exotic, unique, spicy, warm, inviting. Amazing, guys. 50 bucks or under 50 bucks. I think 46, if I'm not mistaken, 400 ml of this stuff. To me, one of the best discoveries that I found in 2020. I think it's a 2019 release. So all I'm gonna say to you guys, this is incredible. You want a great, unique fragrance to smell different and just turn heads? Check this out, guys. For the price, can't go wrong. This is a fragrance at the third spot that I haven't really talked about over the past couple of years or so, but it was constantly in my top, not even affordable, but my top regular winter lists because I love this fragrance so much. You guys probably, if you follow this channel for any length of time, you know that back in 2015, 16, 17, I used to talk about this fragrance all the time. And I'm glad to revisit this fragrance and share with you guys because I came to find out that this fragrance now, I think a 15 ml will cost you guys $16, which is incredible for what you're getting, guys. And this house here is English Laundry. Again, another fragrance house that you don't hear much about. And the fragrance itself is called Windsor pour Homme, which is an outstanding fragrance. What this fragrance is, it's going to be a classic meets modern. You're gonna have a little bit of a fougere vibe to this fragrance, green, very aromatic, lavender / oak moss at the base. But at the top, you get this amazing, creamy, ambery cinnamon and vanilla combination that smells very similar to Ambre Narguilé from Hermès meets Eau Addict from Parfums de Marly. So, needless to say, a great fragrance. It lasts a long time. This is not for everyone though, because again, it has the base that's a little bit more mature, but it has a very nice combination, perfectly balanced between modern meets classy. Check this out, guys. You're not going to disappoint, especially if you have a taste like mine. You're a little bit more mature. You guys know your fragrances. You know what you love. You're definitely going to love this one. I know some young people that actually love to wear this, but again, I think it takes a special taste to like this because of that fougere-like base that you get here. But the top is going to be gourmandy, so it's a beautiful fougere meets gourmand, and I think it's definitely worth trying for $16. You know, you can't beat it, guys. You can have a nice eclectic, a nice mixed wardrobe. And I'm telling you, it smells great. The second spot is a fragrance that, again, I talked about in the past, but I'm glad to revisit it today, and especially bringing you some really unique things. I think it's the best Polo fragrance that they have to offer, especially in the red line these days. You know, the original line has been reformulated. The green that I love, that beautiful tobacco dark scent, is now a fraction of the actual scent that it once was. So I would go as far as saying that this is my favorite Polo from the regular line, especially from the red collection. This is going to be Polo Red Extreme. This fragrance is a great coffee extract with ebony woods and blood orange at the top. It's going to be very fruity, very resinous, very woodsy, and extremely fruity, guys. One of those fragrances that women adore. I love wearing this because of the compliments and the attention that this gives me. And I think if you're a youngster out there, depending, doesn't matter what age you are, you're going to love this fragrance, guys. I think in this list, I think it's the one that gives me the most compliments. And I think it's very easy to wear, long-lasting, powerful. Polo Red Extreme, I think it's the most powerful of the red collection. And I love that coffee extract creaminess that you get with this fragrance along. Perhaps there's a little cranberry with that blood orange that gives that nice sharp fruitiness to the fragrance. But all in all, the ebony wood here is fantastic. It's very creamy, it's very inviting, it's appealing, it's youthful, it's playful. And again, romantic settings, nightwear, you're gonna smell like $1 million, guys. And I think you can get a 100 ml tester of this stuff for below $45. Again, all be listed below so you guys can check out for the best possible price. Let me get a drum roll, guys. The number one best pick for the winter affordable. If you guys like oud, you like spices, this particular fragrance is a knock your world type of a scent, knock your socks off type of a fragrance. At the number one spot, I think, is the best designer oud fragrance in the market today, guys. You can find this for, I think, below 50 bucks for 100 ml, just like the one I'm going to show you right now. From the house of Versace, this is going to be Oud Noir. Now, if you look at this bottle, I've worn almost half of this bottle because I absolutely love this fragrance. It's oud made perfect with cinnamon. There's spices in here. And what this reminds me of is the discontinued Versace Man. Probably the reason why it's been discontinued now because of this fragrance. Meets, of course, oud wood from Tom Ford. So if you like oud wood from Tom Ford, oh my God, it's so good. It's creamy, it's spicy, there's cardamom up top. The oud here is very creamy, it's very sweet and very inviting. It's almost seductive. Versace Oud Noir, I think, is definitely the best designer, when it comes to oud-based fragrances. This is gonna be the priciest, actually, of all the fragrances here. I think it's gonna be right around 55, 60 bucks, but I think it's worth every penny. If you're getting into oud fragrances and you want an outstanding oud fragrance that's long-lasting, it's gonna smell amazing, it's going to give you this elegant and sophisticated, unique vibe about it, because I would say that most people around your area are not, familiar with this fragrance, and most likely they're not wearing this or even wearing oud. I think the percentage of people wearing oud out there is very minimal. In the fragrance community, of course, not as minimal, but in the world that we live in, outside of the fragrance community, oud is not a very, wearable type of a scent. So this is very wearable, it's seductive, it's just beautifully made. You're gonna smell incredible. I think it's worth every penny. And if you wanna pick a couple fragrances here now, there's a great deal going on with fragrancebuy.ca, which again, I'll have all these fragrances listed below with their best price possible, and of course, with all the codes. There's a couple different codes right now. So there's 2 codes right now for you guys. This is for Boxing Day, for Canada Boxing Day, but it's actually applied to the US viewers as well. So there's 2 codes, one for orders above $19 Canadian, you get free shipping, and also another code for orders above $99 Canadian, you get 10% off and free shipping on top. Guys, again, I'll have all the details below. Don't miss out. I think this is only good until the end of the month. Don't snooze, guys. I'll have all details for the expiration date for this code, the codes themselves, and the details for all the different savings for you guys. So as always, guys, if you guys enjoy these picks, if you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to show me your support. Leave me a like, touch the little subscribe button. You know the drill. Hit the little bell icon to get, to keep you guys informed, all my new videos straight into your feed. And of course, guys, I keep you in the know. That's what I do here. So I do appreciate your support as always. As always, guys, remember, fragrance is emotion. So wear what truly moves you. And of course, happy holidays. I'll see you guys right back here very soon.